Yeah, and I'm sure you can see the race time timer. You can start your timer or however that's going to go with delay and whatnot to coincide with that timer. SVJ getting some pre-race jitters out of the way. And they are off. We got a chrono at the start. And Luca.
Right. We've got a vanilla pair of starting characters.
Again, I always like seeing 2 Lukas on screen myself.
Yeah, makes me wish I could keep both of them, but sadly, not in this category.
Maybe next time we'll do a duplicate character race and tournament. Have a no Lukas run.
Yeah, they like to threaten us with no Luca runs. It'd be fun to do an all Luca run. Maybe a little easy, but, you know, other than that. It looks like we are off. SVJ is checking Fiona's, and then checking the market in Dorino.
Yeah, this is a nice typical play. Check out the shops, get some shopping done, get that free power tab.
Yep, that one in Pori was pretty good. It's got 4 good items in it. The shelters, the heals, the ethers, and the mid-tonics. At this point, you pretty much need revives, and you're probably good for your early game grocery shopping.
Yeah, I like revives and ethers early on.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, Jester taking the Guardia Forest fight.
Dipwood taking this early fight. The first fight in Denadora Mountain. And we're getting the runner sync back up. That's what's going on right now.
Okay. Alright, well Luca's got Fire 2 as one of her first techs.
Ooh, that's big.
That will make early game a lot more comfortable. In all but a few cases.
You're getting Spin Cut and Luminaire on Chrono. His first 2 techs.
Those are not bad either.
I might have to start doing that fight first, getting 2 techs instead of 1.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've been thinking a lot about which early game fights are the best ones to take, and there's definitely pros and cons.
Yeah, and it's either take 2 fights to get the first 2 techs, or possibly 1 if you can handle the monsters.
Correct. That Denadoro fight's going to be a lot tougher than the Guardia Forest fight, so I think if you're not confident, maybe stick with Guardia Forest. It doesn't take all that long to do it twice. You get 2 techs. You're usually in pretty good shape. But I think if you can manage that Denadoro fight, then go for it.
They can Mega Bomb 3 of these, or just do the Fire 2, destroy everything on the screen.
Yep, Fire 2 should do it.
1000 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, Fire 2 does it.
And I'm sure Luminaire would have, but one thing to look out for with your early fights is if you're getting Luminaire on Chrono, and I've run into this issue specifically with Luminaire, is that he won't get MP as fast as some other characters when leveling up. So it's entirely possible to learn Luminaire in your first slot and do all your stuff, and then come in here and he doesn't have 20 MP max. So that is something to watch for sure.
And we get Frog as our next character.
Ooh, we are all vanilla so far.
Yeah, we are. Typically, you go through here with these 3 characters, too. That ruby vest will be really good.
That's
Reduce
a nice
fire damage.
Yeah, especially if there's an early pendant in play. That'll help with Son of Sun. Who I would say at early levels is somewhat dependent on your gear. You know, once you're, I would say at most level 20, maybe a little earlier than that. I don't know if I've tried it much earlier than that without good gear. Son of Sun, you can pretty much barrel through. If you want the option of doing it earlier, you probably want protective gear against fire. Spread damage is so nice to have this early.
Oh, it is very nice to have. Makes all of these fights free. Only lacking thing is Luca's speed. Dipwood might not be getting the next character and just going out and getting more checks done.
Looks like Dipwood's dipping, so to speak.
Now, I wonder what character he's going to be leaving behind today.
Yeah, that is the question. And we've got...
It worked well for him in his last match that he just won.
We've got Frog. In terms of characters that have quests locked behind them, we've got Frog in case they need to do the Magus' Castle Go mode. There could be quests locked behind Marl or Robo, so it's a question of, is it one of them in the castle, and will they need to do the Prism Shell quest or the Sunken Desert?
Yeah, then they need to find those other key items too.
Absolutely. And it's early enough, you know, we don't know where much is. I mean, I think we're just seeing the first Carpenter's Wife check.
Yeah, this is the first pre-early key item check. And it's a pendant.
That is a pendant, ooh.
And Luca with Fire 2 would make Hecarim's Cave really nice and easy also.
Yes, it would. Alright, so we're about to find out what boss will be fighting in the cathedral. Could be Vanilla Yakra. It could not be Vanilla Yakra.
It's a pink robot.
Atropos. Alright, and we got the snail stop check. It's the bent hilt. It looks like I guess we picked up the bent hilt. One of the
he might be remembering all of the other times he went through Magus' castle and just getting it out of the way now.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think I wouldn't consider it a problem to pick it up early. I think the big thing about picking up the snail stop item early is, you know, it costs nearly 10,000 gold, and we start with 20,000. So it's a matter of, do you have the money?
Yeah, I'm routing it in to where I do pick it up and do the extra shopping later.
I usually will just grab the snail stop item whenever I figure out that I need it, but I may have to start routing it earlier if it really is a lot faster. Well, it's probably not that much faster, but honestly, any kind of time save is worth it. Ooh, I see Chrono learning Confuse over on SVJ's side, which means with Fire 2 and Confuse, you've got Fire Sword 2. We don't know where the gate key is, but this is already a lot less of a, scary no magic kind of seed. So that's really interesting.
And Dipwood taking these fights in the desert. Without Robo, he can still beat up the boss, but cannot get the item.
Correct. Don't know if he's just looting or wanting some extra TP. We'll see.
I'm assuming he's just looting. He skipped the boss fight.
Yeah, looks like.
And more vanilla characters.
Yep, I guess we're just gonna keep going vanilla, except for whoever's in the burrow, because technically Frog has 2 vanilla spots. Because Magus has none. I'd assume by the color of his cape that he's into, like, blueberries or something.
SVJ setting up the Xenon bridge check. Gonna figure out what's there, and will he look at the drops from Ozzy fights?
And Dipwood, meanwhile, is going straight to prison, and we're sending Luca to prison. She's pretty slow, so she doesn't necessarily always get quick hits on the guards, but she does have Fire 2 and Mega Bomb. So I'm thinking she'll be fine.
Yeah, with Fire 2, you can be the slowest character and still get the attack off before they hit you.
Absolutely. And I don't think this is a bad call at all. He's going to have early future. That means he's going to have access to 3 more checks. And even if he chooses not to do them, even if he chooses to do some of the easier checks in 600 and 1000 first, he will also have access to those sealed doors with the powered up pendant. And there can be some very nice things in there. And that'll really help you run if you get good luck.
And the Xenon bridge check is Robo's ribbon, which SVJ immediately noped out of.
Yep. Probably a good move at this point. Robo's ribbon is honestly a pretty nice item, but as long as we don't know where Robo is, it's not useful.
And I think SVJ is finally going to do his key item checks now at 13 minutes in.
Looks like. Grab that speed tab behind the grave here.
Yeah, Dipwood showed us the power of speed in the last run.
I missed the end of the last run because I had an appointment, but we pulled it up when we got there, and my husband goes, "He's on the elevator." I'm like, "What, already?"
Yeah, when you can hit before they attack, fights go really fast.
Yep. Oh, hashtag save Fritz.
So you got Chrono, and you get 10 mid-ethers.
No, I think if you can guarantee yourself those mid-ethers, and or you're super desperate for Lapis and you can't do the desert, it's a pretty good move.
Yeah, it is a good move. Even though Future opens up 2 more shops.
Yeah, it's true. Those mid-ethers are honestly the clincher for me. It could be, I mean, there are a certain amount of shops, I think like, especially in future prehistoric that, maybe they'll have mid-ethers, but you can't count on it, and I find them to be a huge help.
Yeah, Luca is fast enough to just attack on Dipwood's side. And we got Vanilla Chrono going in on SVJ's side.
Yep. I like to send Chrono a lot too, and I admit that part of it is, since in vanilla it would be him, I'm very, very used to dodging the shields as Chrono. I know where his sprite needs to be lined up best out of anybody.
I've learned to use the shadow, and everyone has the same shadow.
That is true.
And the nice vanilla dragon tank fight. Because Dipwood likes vanilla today for his flavor. Luminaire should take out the 2 parts that it can hit. Nope, not even near enough.
Yeah, it'll do some damage, but Chrono's magic stat isn't the best, so I feel like you have to invest in him a little bit for Luminaire to be strong enough to take out Dragon Tank parts.
And SVJ going against the Omnicrone.
Yep, ducking into that back room. There is a decent amount of treasure back here. Dipwood got the Dragon Tank wheel, which probably also means the tank itself is down.
Yeah, and if you can get the other 2 parts down, the head's not too much of a threat at this point.
Yeah, certainly not. It can be a little annoying with all the healing, but it's not gonna, kill you. Alright, and Dragon Tank is down. Dropping a green dream and a red mail. Lovely.
So we can do early Son of Suns check. Even if it's just 1 person alive at the end, or 2.
Yep, if you've got red mail on, it pretty much can't kill you, so 1 character is all you need. Better with more, because it'll be faster, but...
Yeah, and the more characters up, they get the experience and tech points too.
Indeed. Right, SVJ also saving Fritz. Probably for the mid-ethers, but darn it, it's also the right thing to do.
I leave him because I want to go fast.
I save him most of the time, but if I'm pretty sure I'm not getting Chrono, I'll leave him there.
I also forget to go back to the shop and get those mid-ethers all the time.
That's fair. Dipwood going into Sealed Door and Trandome for a Lapis and a Mid-Ether. Like, I mean, those are nice as consumables go, but I think when you go into these rooms, you hope for nicer things. Gold studs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm always hoping for those awesome gear things too.
Mm-hmm.
And get sorely disappointed when it's only consumables. Other than Mega Elixir.
Yeah, never say no to those.
Dipwood getting his power tab from this mountain.
Yes.
And showing off a little bit with left-right movements.
Right. Heading into Protodome now. Gonna see which character is locked behind here. I suppose at this point we have to guess it's Robo because we're just on this, like, vanilla ride, but it doesn't have to be.
Right, and Magus throws all sorts of different non-vanilla things.
Yes.
And it's an Ayla.
It is Ayla. Ayla is a great find, especially if she's got some of her better techs early. Which I'm sure will be checked soon. I mean, this is a great party to have early. Guess we gotta... Oh, might have... Yeah, he switched his party and got soft locked.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's happened to everybody. It's really easy to forget. I think most runners know not to mess around in Protodome. I think just due to the character cutscenes that have gotten excised from there are some issues with Protodome and characters joining your party, and, you know, if you menu or use the Enertron or switch characters, you can get soft locked. But it's so easy to find a character in there that you're excited about, and then you just do it without thinking.
Yeah, I've soft locked myself in Cathedral doing the same thing.
Yes, as have I. Oh, again. You gotta just grab her and go.
I think the seed is trying to help SVJ out right now.
Sure looks like it.
Alright, and Dipwood can leave with Ayla.
Yep.
That makes it out.
Just get out now, it's safe. Swap her in, check her techs. Going into the sewer, probably to grab some chests. I apologize that my dog is annoyed with me.
And dipwood doing some extra checks I never check, even though it looks like good gear is possible.
Yeah, I often don't think to check these, but some of those chests have good stuff. That Lab 32 one especially.
Yeah, like I'll check these if I'm doing a Lost Worlds run.
Yes, my dog does the Wookiee sound pretty well, actually.
Hopefully SVJ doesn't come up with the same soft lock.
Oh yeah, here's hoping. Like Arisdome for dipwood.
Getting Ayla. And a soft lock.
Oof.
And I don't think SVJ saved while he was in the future.
Yeah, I wasn't watching, but chat doesn't seem to think that there was a save. I hope it hasn't been too long, but
It was just behind the dragon tank.
at least you saved there, but
It's
yeah.
still... It's gonna be tough coming back from that.
Yeah, that's rough. Oh, goodness. Now the other dog's making noise.
You know, both of our runners showcasing why you save outside of that dome before you go in.
Mm-hmm. It's not too hard, at least, to sort of make it a habit to save outside Protodome. Even if you keep getting excited and switching the character in when you shouldn't, which is what I always do. You can't take that risk.
And I'm sure both of these runners are going to feel behind from that soft lock. And they're thinking the other one did not get soft locked.
Yeah, I would definitely assume so.
Yeah, whenever I'm running, I'm thinking my opponent did everything perfectly and they're ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And Guardian is down on Dipwood's side. So it's just a run to the far reaches and run back out.
Indeed. Guardian dropping an elixir and a lapis. Not bad, not bad. That Eon Blade's not bad for Chrono either. It's kind of like a middle tier weapon for him. Okay, time to chase the rat, the other true final boss.
Yeah, if you have the inputs down, you always catch that rat in that one spot every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will SVJ go back and get Ayla and save this time? Or will SVJ do other things?
We will see. Interested to see if he still wants some of the stuff behind the sealed doors, a lot of which was kind of meh, but yeah, I mean, it's probably worth collecting.
And Dipwood getting gear for Marl so she can attack nicely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Chat is debating, whether to pick Ayla back up or not. I think I would. I really like a Luca Chrono Ayla combo myself, especially since Chrono's already got confused and Luca's got fire too.
Yeah, Luca with fire too. I know where Ayla is. I'd be going for her and hoping for a Lavo seed myself.
Yep. Even in a Black Omen seed, though, I'd be happy. I might replace one of the physical characters in a Black Omen seed, but I would not be unhappy.
This time he decided to save.
Yep.
And we get a Thomas Pop.
Thomas Pop.
Their last thing that they've been saving for like a decade or so.
I was gonna
Gives
say,
it to the party.
Like the chief had food and he's been holding out. I guess it'd be hard to share that one can of soda amongst like 12 people or whatever, but...
They've grown beyond the need of caffeine and sugar.
That's what they've got the Enertron for.
Yeah, they're always...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they're always hungry, but they're not thirsty.
Yeah, it's true. It doesn't say anything about being thirsty.
SVJ getting into this fight with the 4 buggers.
Normally they can be avoided by walking, but I would not blame SVJ for feeling a little behind right now and forgetting not to run, because I definitely do that when I feel behind.
And using the Glitchtron.
Is he okay?
I think he is.
Okay, other than the hunger.
Yeah.
Chat talking about favorite dual techs. Outside of jets where, you're sort of optimizing for very specific things all the time, mine was always Frog Flare.
I liked Falcon Hit. It did really good damage for me in the vanilla game.
Yeah, Falcon Hit's a good one.
Then I picked up the DS version, got the Apocalypse Arm, and said, yeah, I'm just gonna hit everything really, really hard.
Yes, some of those extra weapons in the DS version are really, really broken. In the good way.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've taken out one or two of these pillars in a fight with the Apocalypse Arm and max level Ayla.
Mm-hmm.
Dual Son of Sun fights.
Yep, it's like both runners looking for that right flame. Or, by right, I mean correct in this case. I think there's the highest chance of the correct one after the first shuffle. You always have to wait for it to shuffle once. For it to be the third one from the left, which might mean you just press left once on your control pad.
Yeah, that one is the second one I go to. The first one I go to is the far left, and both of those is one click away.
That makes sense.
Dipwood got his 10 hits in.
Yep. I didn't see if Son of Sun dropped anything interesting. I'll watch for it when SVJ does, and it's the Prism Shard. Interesting.
And Dipwood without his Marl.
Dipwood does not have Marl. And probably hasn't done quite enough checks to know for sure where Marl is.
No, he has not yet. He's looking for Robo, Magus, and Marl. One's in the burrow, one's in prehistory.
Yep.
But he is going to look at the Xenon Bridge check.
Yep. And Cthulhu Crisis saying that the likelihood of it being that flame is only if you haven't reset. So I'm assuming based on that it has to do with the game's inherent seeding system. The random number generator that isn't truly random, but that a lot of, for example, Square RPGs that are contemporary to this game use.
Yeah, a lot of these older games, the RNG is based on the frames that the game is started on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not completely random, and you can figure out most of the supposed RNG manipulation strats from the starting frame.
Indeed. Anyone has ever speedrun Final Fantasy VI, for example, there's this whole system of figuring out what seed your cartridge is on, using the encounters you're getting on the Veldt. I'm really impressed that people have done deep dives like that. Figuring all this stuff out.
Yeah, I was going to get into the Dragon Warrior speedrunning.
Mm-hmm.
Then it went from 5 hours to 1 hour. Like,
oh my goodness.
overnight.
Oh.
Yeah, someone figured out how to manipulate the timing for that RNG in that aspect.
Wow. Dipwood is heading up Denadoro.
And SVJ has the possibility of going through that Prism Shard quest.
Indeed. Looks like it's Aris Dome first.
And Aris Dome is not a bad place to go. You're already here. The boss isn't too terribly hard, and you get good gear in the back.
Indeed. We don't know if Giant's Claw will be required or not, so might be a good idea. Right. Now, are the mountains nice? Yes, they are.
And both of our runners getting that counterattack on Guardian. But that Falcon hit hits everything, being non-elemental.
That'll do it, yep.
And that's how I got through that Scouter fight in the vanilla game.
Yep, that is one of the tried and true strategies. This Falcon hit.
And And we got Girl Power Rock from the freelancer.
Yep. Alright, Dipwood. Swag points if you pick up Marl and do Poyoza Dance at some point during the run. I don't know what they count for, but you get them.
Yeah, that attack does not much damage, but it does do some guaranteed status effects against enemies that are affected by it.
It does, yes. Alright, SVJ has cleared the Guardian, and Dipwood is starting the fight with the twins. I've started just calling it quote-unquote the fight with the twins, so that I don't mix it up with, you know, the big beefy guy that's both of them.
Yeah, I like calling them the fusion kids.
I mean, they basically do the fusion dance, so...
And depending on how well they do it, they turn into a different boss.
Mm-hmm. Nice. It's a very clean fight there. Being able to one-shot the twins is the dream, but since Denadoro is one of the earlier checks, you can't always do that, so two-shot is great. Looks like Yakra 13, I think, by that palette.
Yep, the darker one is Yakra 13.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to chaos a couple characters and then go into the rest of its script. And with Kiss, the chaos doesn't really matter too much.
Mm-hmm.
And Ayla's just going to throw him around a little bit.
Like she does. SVJ clearing out that treasure room in Aris. At least he has Marl, so those 3 weapons for her are useful. Well, you know, one's the Valkyrie and the others are free money, but still.
Yeah. Nice weapons for Marl that SVJ actually does have.
Mm-hmm. Nice, easy Yakra the 13 fight. He's really not too bad as long as you can keep your HP up for those needle attacks.
And what is our prize for beating Yakra 13?
As it slowly descends.
The gate key.
Ooh.
Nice way to get magic.
Yep.
And open up another check. Another dungeon. And
Indeed.
another character.
Yep, I don't think anyone says no to the gate key, especially since that's your fastest way to get magic.
SVJ also gonna do his Denadoro climb.
Right?
And we'll be happy when he gets to the top.
Indeed. Yeah. Chat asking why no one's doing Prism Shard. Yeah, I mean, in Dipwood's case, I'm assuming it's because he doesn't have Marl. For SVJ, it's probably the time sink. It's not the worst, but there are some things that are a little annoying about the Prism Shard quest, including, you have to save outside the castle, and that's the latest you can save. So you're going into it. If you don't like the item, you can reset, but you've just lost a decent chunk of time. But then if the boss is an issue, you've just lost a lot more time. They've probably done enough checks that they're not that scared of bosses yet, which that can be an issue if you're doing it super early. But, it does feel like a little bit of a slog compared to some of the other checks, I think.
Yeah, it is a slog, a nice time waste. And you see the prize about halfway through.
Oh, Dipwood getting scolded by Specchio for cheating at his game. Ooh, again. When I was little, I used to just walk this, all the edges, because I failed it like 5 times in a row. Now I run, but I still don't, like, leave the walls or do any of the fancy stuff.
Yeah, I do running around and little bubble I pop out of the sides, but still hit the corners.
Mm-hmm.
And SVJ about 2 frames off from getting that skip over there.
That is a strange skip. I mean, it's hardly the most difficult one, but it is really strange.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait till I get a different setup and possibly play this on my 50-inch TV screen. I can really see the frames for the skips.
Yeah, I play on a big TV, and it is helpful being able to just see individual pixels. Right, into the forest maze for treasure. On Dipwood's side, Dark Saber, not bad.
And SVJ might be able to use that white rock.
It's funny because he doesn't know he's gonna get it, but he's about to. Probably.
Yeah, it's nearly unavoidable. Like, I haven't tried to avoid it, I just let it happen.
Yeah, the window is very generous, so you can avoid it, but I feel like you have to be trying. But yeah, the girl power team is definitely a tried and true team. It's got great physical damage, great magic damage, some decent... Okay, I'm sorry, I laughed at Gyoza Dance in the chat. And some good support skills from Marl. Marl's a weird character because she's not very good on her own, I think, but when you pair her up with people she's got good synergy with, she's very good.
Chaos on Marl, who fires back anyway.
She's very amused by the whole thing. Alright, let's see.
And the other Yakra.
The other Yakra. One of my favorite things about Boss Rando is watching the boss just slowly creep out from behind that door. Although in my practice seeds, it's been slashed like 8 times in a row or something. I don't know if it's 8. It's stupid though. I keep... I'm like, really? Again? Like last time I was just like, it's just slash, and I was right, so whatever. I guess in fairness, there are 2 slashes, so it's been one or the other, but...
And that might be fixed with what happened a few nights ago.
Ah, yes, possibly. Double Yakra across the stream. Now clearly this Yakra clan really does go back to the beginning of time here.
Heard from it from the ancestors, and the ancestors was 65 million years ago.
Clearly they've got a great system for keeping their family history.
Well, 13 generations in this time.
Indeed. They clearly live a long time.
And they're still not able to overthrow a government.
Maybe they should just stick to hanging out in caves.
I think so.
Yakra 13 down for SVJ, so he's about to pick up that awesome gate key. And on Dipwood's side, we will see what the Reptite lair has for pickup.
And that's a frenzy band on Dipwood's side.
Nice, nice.
And a moonstone.
Moonstone.
I wonder if he's gonna look for Marl. Because he can turn in that sunstone with the prism shard.
It's true. You know, I think most people aren't super happy to see the moonstone, but you know, it's because you need so many things for it. You need to be able to do the Rainbow Shell quest, so you need Marl as well as the prism shard. And you need the gate key for prehistory, and you need the pendant for future. So I know that Dipwood doesn't have Marl, but Dipwood's gotta know that he has everything else. And I would be starting to wonder.
Yeah, and I'd rather do the prism shard quest with the sunstone if I'm gonna do it at all.
Absolutely, I agree. It feels like less of a time sink when you can drop 2 items off.
And SVJ eating that cake before dropping down here.
Delicious
Me,
cake.
I leave that cake for a different time because I can just go to end of time, get that free fill up there.
That's true. I usually will get the cake personally right in the beginning of the game. I'm not taking the market fight anymore, but often people will take some manner of battles to get some TP to get their first few techs, and I will pop over to Medina to grab the tabs out of the Elder's house. So I'll usually grab the cake then to refill my MP. I don't care as much about my HP. I want like enough MP to cast like Flare if I got it, something like that. Ooh. Corinth dropping hard truths in chat about how Yakra's 42nd generation is probably Sir Crawley in the future and thus the answer to everything. Sounds convincing to me.
Yeah, and Sir Crawley has half of the HP values, like half of everything from the same looking enemies in Desert.
He does. He's probably not very well nourished living in his post-apocalyptic world.
You also see him a lot earlier in the vanilla game.
That is true. Unless you don't go through the sewer on the first go.
Yeah, I always do because I like the Rage Band.
Yeah, it's quite useful.
And Frenzy Band with Wondershot Luca is one of my favorite things to do.
That is a great setup, although I always want to give her prison specs, so it's a hard call.
Yeah, if I have prison specs, they'll go on her.
Magic for SVJ. He's got a Goblin Specchio, so he's getting here at least a slightly higher level. Dipwood avoiding rubbles, which is usually a good idea.
If I'm looking for tech points, I'll fight a rebel.
Yeah, like if I want something very specific that I know is coming, I'll fight rebels. Especially if I'm fairly confident that I can hit them.
Yeah, and if you learn a tech while you fight the rebel, you get so many more tech points, too.
You do, because anytime a character learns a tech from a fight, they gain the tech points from that fight again. So rebels are great fights to do that on. And I think vanilla speedrunning takes advantage of that with their routing.
It does. They apply that everywhere and figure out which fights to take and which fights to not take, and which fights to have characters die in.
Indeed. Alright, so this is the combined Masa and Mune standing atop the dinosaur's body, which used to look weird to me, but now I think it's weird if it actually has its vanilla head. I've been playing too much boss rando, but...
And it's just showing the sprite layering, that the dino body is all background.
Mm-hmm. SVJ is heading into Hecarim Cave. I will admit, too, we're talking about times different places you've seen Rust Tyranno's head. I got it in the Tyranno lair where Nizbolt II would be, and it just jump-scared me because its mouth was just open, and I don't know, I guess I forgot what I was playing for a second, and I thought it was gonna kill me, so, you know.
Run at the mouth.
Oh, jerky.
So we got the whole food combo.
Yep.
Jerky and soda.
Nobody's hungry, but we are wanting in other ways.
And Dipwood immediately turning that jerky in.
Yep. May as well, especially with a powered up pendant, you can grab those chests. I guess he's not gonna grab the chests, but
I would have grabbed the chests.
Yeah,
and those four chests are what I usually grab now.
Mm-hmm.
And Robo at the burrow.
Robo. I guess that'll put Magus at Dactyl Nest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm personally starting to wonder pretty hard about that Prism Shard and then the Moonstone. Ooh, a Wonder Shot.
Ooh, nice. And Dipwood does have a Frenzy Band. And Dipwood is not in go mode yet. At about an hour in.
Nope, honestly, nobody is particularly close to go mode, other than Frog and half of the sword. That's the closest. What else is in that box? A power tab. That box, that sealed chest in Hecarim's Cave, can have some very nice things in it, so... It's hard to route such that you do Hecarim after you get Future, but with early Future, absolutely grab it.
Yeah, you get 2 items from that one box. So 2 chances at that amazing thing you want.
Mm-hmm. I've gotten, like, Prism Specs and Nova Armor, I think at the same time, actually. One of those I'll never get that lucky again moments. Alright, Nizbel number 2 over here.
And dipwood would be the only one of these 2 runners that could shock it.
That is true, although if you've got enough magic, you don't need to. You can just hit it with the other elements and it'll take damage pretty well.
Yeah, that's my preferred way, is not shock it and hit it hard with flare.
Mm-hmm, same. Tekken in chat. It is a pretty late Hecarim check. We had really early Future, so I think that's why.
Yeah, early Future would put some of these other checks back to being later. Now we know Charm and Twin Charm.
Yep, no Genodome yet, but we're running out of checks. So... it'll be interesting to see where people choose to go next.
We get the trigger from Tabin.
Very interesting. Kitty.
Yeah, now we are, I believe, 1 go mode item away from any of our 3. Or,
not the...
No.
We don't have the Ruby Knife or the Dream.
Yeah, that one. I'm used to the newer emo tracker, not this one.
Yes. Looks like SPJ is gonna go for that, well, maybe get some stuff out of Guardia Forest first. There's a sealed chest back here. But probably going in for the Prism Shard quest.
And gotta go all the way up to where the king is laying down.
Yep, this is the downside of setting up your Xenon Bridge check early if you decide not to complete Xenon Bridge, is that the king will remain injured from his battle and you gotta walk all the way upstairs, but he will still protect the Rainbow Shell for you because he's that good a king.
Getting some slashes in on Dipwood's side, so Ayla can join in on some Nizbel beatdown.
Indeed. It's easy to forget that Slash is Lightning Elemental, but it is in fact Lightning.
SVJ doing the trial. And he never did pick up that moonstone.
Yeah, you're right, he didn't. The moonstone was that Reptite lair?
Yeah.
You know, this is very interesting, especially if there's important stuff behind this King's Trial quest. SVJ not having a moonstone versus Dipwood not having marl. I am really interested to see how that sorts itself out. Okay, Dipwood is cashing in on those mid-ethers. Great call.
And it's not bad to do the Prism Shard turn in without the Moonstone. It's just a little bit more time if you find the Moonstone later.
Yeah, certainly. It's an interesting call, because I think a lot of runners would opt to do Reptite Lair before this, even just because it's less annoying for no other reason. But, a lot of those Prism Shard requirements have been in place since early game, and that often suggests that there's progression behind there.
And usually good gear in these chests also.
Mm-hmm. Very good chests down here. Alright, we got...
Now we get a hero medal.
Hero medal! Well, so... Shrug, we gotta check the chest.
Dipwood going up Dactyl Nest to get this character up here, which we know is Magus.
Yeah, we do. I'm wondering if he's starting to think, might need Marl.
Yeah, he might be looking for Marl now and hoping that she's not in the back of Cathedral.
Indeed.
And getting that skip very nicely.
Excellent job. Some people call that the hardest skip in the game, and other people also call the next one the hardest skip in the game, this one here.
And Dipwood getting both of them.
Very nice. Those are very hard, but the nice thing is if you can't do them, they are not the worst time loss ever. You can run away from both battles.
And we got a golem on SVJ's side.
Golem Chancellor. Shouldn't be too bad as long as he's shuffling the elements of his hits correctly.
And he missed the timing, so Luca goes down.
Yes.
And it's still in physical.
Yeah, that was some slightly bad luck because, you know, you don't often expect it to hit you back right after you hit it, but it could be good, I think, to, you know, have multiple characters with their ATB full and then just fire off all your attacks at once, and then you can kind of take advantage of things like wait mode to make sure that the enemies have fewer frames to determine what their attack is.
Yeah, Dipwood gonna go off and get Marl now.
Yep, looks like.
Instead of going through Genodome. And Dipwood does like to go around that creature on the bottom. I walk right through it.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, we're seeing the unfortunate effect of leaving the cathedral early when it turns out you need what was in it. you do have to redo all of the puzzles in this middle section here. It resets when you leave. I think it even resets if you, like, save and quit. A friend of mine was playing casually and I saw it happen.
I don't know, but Dipwood got the bromide and left, so he never came this far.
That's true, he did, so he's not redoing it. But I actually think in a lot of cases you have to redo it. I'm not positive, though.
I think it saves the state that it's in.
No. Chat is speculating that the hero medal could be the Grand Leon, which is an upgraded Masamune, which probably means it'll come true. We know how this game works by now, so we're about to
Chad always wins. Dipwood gonna make short work of Atropos on his side.
Yep, this will not take long at all. Zelfer saying that the medal is Dreamstone, you know, cursing us a little less, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. One fire sword, 2, and that's it.
Yep. We're gonna find out what is in that chest.
The bent sword.
Okay. So SVJ has, well, not quite got go mode because you don't technically have it until you actually repair the sword, which you do by taking it to Melchior, but I'm guessing that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, and you got a go mode. You might as well follow it.
Yeah, I think I would definitely be nervous not having found one until now, especially with Desert still open. That's the thing I think Chad is pointing out with Sunken Desert.
Well, Desert is behind the Masamune forging because of Robo's location.
Yeah. But once you do have go mode, it is a really tough gamble asking yourself, well, can I get a faster go mode? Hard to say. I think a lot of people agree that you should just take the first one you get, but it's sort of one thing to think that, and another thing to be more than an hour into a live race and be thinking about things calmly and rationally.
Right.
It's a lot easier to commentate.
It is, and when you're running through the game and you're getting to the time of your opponent just finished at this time, and I'm just now getting go mode.
Exactly. And I mean, when your opponent is Dipwood. Dipwood logged a 117 in this category last night or something like that. Yeah, in the chat there.
Yeah.
So everyone's just scared of Dipwood. It's fine.
Yeah, and SVJ does not know that Dipwood is not in go mode yet, whereas he is.
Mm-hmm. Dipwood is gonna grab the Moonstone, Sunstone.
Yeah, Dipwood can do all of these other extra checks, and that is fine with me.
DJ doing some shopping. Could be wise going into Magus's palace soon, I assume.
I'm curious if I will be finding myself doing the epic rematch with Dipwood sooner than later.
Ooh, that's true. This is gonna be a really interesting race, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't recall if we've seen any tabs used this run yet. I think some have. I think some speed tabs have at least been used, but I don't know if I've been watching all power tabs be used. Cecil is saying +3. Okay.
And Kiyu is thinking I'm overlooking him.
Dipwood picking up some more gear from Luca's dad. The ultimate in defense for my daughter, who I guess is Magus now. Everybody's favorite cutscene where Frog carves open the cliff. Most people's favorite cutscene.
Again, I really like the CGI animation for this cutscene too.
Yeah, it is really nice.
I would have really liked an animated series.
It would have been really fun. I mean, I feel like Toriyama's anime style is just so iconic. It would just be so much fun to look at. I would love it if they did that. There is a Chrono Trigger anime OVA, which I think most people don't talk about for good reason. It's pretty strange. I mean, the animation is kind of fun, but it's strange.
Isn't that more just in the Millennial Fair? That one or a different one?
It's the Millennial Fair one with all the monsters, yeah.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah. Like, it is fun to see the monsters animated. Because you'll be like, oh, I recognize that one and that one and that one. But then, yeah, Gato, aka Gonzalez, goes nuts and is, like, chasing this koala and Anu, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hope SVJ can keep going at this pace.
Yeah, indeed. At this point, he's got a pretty decent lead. So this is a match. This is part of our SG Live tournament. But we've also got a ladder race, a weekly ladder race going, and Dipwood has been pretty handily beating a lot of us. So I think SVJ is pretty good. Dipwood is often the favorite, so it's very interesting to see where this will go.
And I've seen people be much further ahead and Dipwood catching up still.
Yeah, honestly, wouldn't shock me. Dipwood is very, very quick to come up with the most efficient way to do things, and also seems to be very, very cool under pressure. And I think that's a big part of why Dipwood is hard to beat.
Yeah, we had to find a way to bring him to our level, so we told him he has to race twice today.
Yes.
Yes,
SVJ
Chad.
may or may not be taking that fight on purpose.
Yes, Chad. There are supposedly other go modes.
That is true. Depending on what the moonstone is, that could make things very interesting. I'm unsure what SVJ is grinding for. I mean, possibly levels, but, hard to say. If you're desperate for something, at the beginning of the castle, these fights are alright, but I think they're not the best. Right, Golem is done over on Dipwood's side. I think it's generally agreed upon that Magus's castle is faster than Black Omen.
I believe so out of those two.
Yeah, like all other things being equal, you always get those weird seeds where something else might actually just be faster because wacky tech combinations, character combinations, but generally.
Yeah, I would prefer Tyranno Lair myself. Being one of the quicker dungeons to run through.
It's definitely one of the quicker ones. You know, sometimes I get disappointed because personally I think I'm a lot better at Omen, but yeah, I think Magus is quicker. Because Omen also requires Death Peak, and Death Peak can be pretty fast, but it still takes some time.
And it's the Dreamstone for Dipwood.
Okay.
So still not go mode.
Very interesting.
This might be how we can beat Dipwood. Give him too many options. And Dipwood is gonna get his... I forgot what was here.
I think it was just the other part of the sword.
Yeah, it was the other part. So he's gonna get his go mode.
Mm-hmm.
SVJ done with his vanilla slash fight.
It really is just vanilla everywhere. Vanilla sprinkles. Yep, Dipwood's putting that sword together. We will see if he picks up Robo, but honestly at this point I'm guessing no. He's playing with some pretty well established characters that he's invested in.
Yeah, right now Robo's not gonna add anything to the party composition. Unless if he wants to remove Marl.
Indeed. And at this point, I personally wouldn't. I think Antipode is going to be very useful. Alright, we got Hecarim in place of Flea. I can't imagine anyone would complain about having that particular replacement. I mean, I usually don't care who it is, as long as it's not Flea or Dalton.
Yeah, Flea can be really horrible almost anywhere you find him.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is such an interesting run because, you know, as Chad is saying, some of these skips, you know, they're great most of the time, and then they burn you that one time. I had a run that would probably be my PB had I not reset out of the Prism Shard quest, because I don't remember what the Prism Shard was, but it was something stupid, but whatever was behind the Moonstone wasn't. And ever since then, I've been really, really gun-shy about resetting out of there.
And Dipwood did pick up Robo.
Oh, okay.
Wonder if he's going to do Desert quick and see if he can find a quicker go mode.
I wonder.
Since that's pretty much all that's left.
He is right by there. Looks like. Makes sense. I mean, if I was gonna go to the Magic Cave, I would have stopped in front of the Magic Cave, so yeah. This will be very interesting, depending on what it gives him, yeah.
And one go mode can be locked behind another go mode in this setting.
That is absolutely true. Since Mount Woe can be accessed different ways. And let's see, I believe the Robo Ribbon was Bridge, so we know where the ribbon is. So we're looking for the clone or the Ruby Knife or the Grand Leon. Well, we're not looking for it in that positive I want it sort of way, but that's what we're looking at.
But we don't know where it's at, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And making short work of the Ret Knight.
Yep. Very nice.
Yeah, and I think Dipwood is tired of going through Magus' castle and would rather take some time and find a different way.
Yeah, indeed. I think right now that's the most common go mode. You know, this game is always in development, and we're always making changes and rebalancing things. And I think right now, especially before some of the latest updates, Magus' castle was pretty much never done, unless you just were forced into it by everything else. But now it's actually pretty common. I've definitely skipped it in practice a few times, just to make sure that I practice other places, but generally, if it's my fastest go mode in a race, I'll take it.
Not even checking the shop here, just getting the key item.
Yep.
Ozzy's in a jam. Hopefully SVJ's not in a jam.
I hope not.
And it's a Ruby Knife.
It is a Ruby Knife. Okay.
To pair with that Dreamstone.
Oh, so here we go.
So one random boss instead of two random bosses. And a quicker dungeon to run through.
Yeah, Woe or Gina will have Clone, and the other will have the Grand Leon. And, I suspect this probably does put Dipwood back in the lead or effectively ties it up again.
I'm gonna say it's close.
Mhm.
It's gonna be down to whoever opens up 12,000 BC first.
Indeed. And that's probably going to be a lot easier from Tyranno Lair. The Magus boss, or whoever we see there, is no joke.
Yeah, and Dipwood still has to deal with Azala and Black Tyranno.
Indeed.
SVJ dropping down, like I see so many people go that route.
Mm-hmm. The chests down here can be good, but I personally prefer to just zoom through.
Yeah, I just zoom through and not drop down myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now Dipwood found 3 lapises in that puzzle room.
Very nice. It can definitely be worth looting those chests, but don't do it unless you memorized the route. If you didn't, just don't bother.
Yeah, me and Dipwood go the same route. There's that Tyranno head you were talking about.
Oh, see? It's just like, ah!
A lot better commenters curse than mine several days ago.
That's true. This one shouldn't, cause too many issues.
And SVJ, if you only press up, you will skip these fights.
Indeed.
If you press to the side, you get into the fights.
Yep. Like, the trick is to be still on the stairs when you're only pressing up when you start. It's kind of the way to learn it, I think.
Yeah, and this one is a trickier one to get by.
Yeah, the ones that are facing you on flat ground, you gotta turn around, and then when they start bumping into your party, they'll, like, walk off the ledge and float like they're a cartoon character that hasn't realized they walked off the ledge yet, and then you can just waltz on by.
And when SVJ watches this in the future, he'll get the message of what to do, maybe.
Yeah, I think we're all constantly learning new tricks, which is part of what makes it fun.
And Dipwood showing us all of the skips going through this dungeon.
Yep. You can get stuck on that screen that he just cleared for literal minutes, but he did not.
And creating that save point without even using it.
It's probably the safe way to do it, because those buttons on the side, on either side, I feel like they'll just suck you in if you get too close. If you just go totally straight, you're good.
Yeah, they will suck you in.
Yeah, their hitboxes are funny.
So Dipwood is on the boss of his dungeon, and SVJ is still going through his dungeon.
Yep. Got Azala and Black Tyranno.
Dipwood's gamble of looking for a different go mode is gonna pay off.
Yep.
Yeah, Kyo, I think it's a double shotgun. that Dipwood Doom guy is reloading. Yeah, it's been a long time since I played Doom.
Yeah, SVJ is coming up on the Aussie fight. He's definitely taking some fights that he doesn't need to. I think that middle one isn't skippable, but the other two are, I think.
The middle one, as far as I know, you can run from.
Or maybe yeah, I've got it backwards.
Yeah. And this one, you just need a good AoE magic to get through.
As long as you can do more than 1,000, you're good. Yeah. No, it's unfortunate for SVJ because he's also got the Magus fight coming up, and that's obviously a pretty fickle boss fight compared to Black Tyranno, who sits there and screams at you without attacking and assuming you can do good amounts of damage, which most people at this point in the game can. You're pretty much fine.
And the Black Tyranno is down. Now we go through a little cutscene. And SVJ knowing to charm these cranks. And for a shield, I don't think I would be charming them, just attacking them.
Yep. But it's good to check once.
Yes.
If it's something really good, you can get a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, the charm animation, if it's not something great, takes longer.
Yeah. Like we were seeing before, I guess wasn't it just the last race where they were speed tabs?
Yes,
Absolutely.
the charm was speed tabs and they dropped the speed tab.
But if it's not something like really awesome like that, then stop after one. Alright, Dipwood has hit the Dark Ages.
And Dipwood sneaks into the lead. It was looking promising for SVJ, but, well,
yeah,
things can still go bad. Yeah, lots of Luca clones today.
Indeed.
2 Lucas on the opening screen, 2 Lucas here in this fight.
Right. Dipwood zooming into Zeal Palace, gonna hit that boss in just a sec.
Presenting that ruby knife to open up the door, whereas SVJ can just walk through the door and see Slash.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a slightly easier Slash.
Indeed.
Yeah, super Slash that can take magic damage.
Indeed.
Whereas regular Slash has a much higher magic defense.
Right. Slash is down.
Level 25 for Dipwood. He's not going to be grinding too much.
Nope, shouldn't take too long. Alright, SVJ is done with Fiend Lord Luca.
These chests really like to give consumables out, but not the best one.
They do.
Yeah, this shop is kind of disappointing, but gold studs are always nice.
Indeed. I wouldn't say no, especially with Luca there and Ayla. Either of them would benefit a lot.
And the grind fight is giving a nice sword out.
Hmm. Okay. 27, 28. SVJ's got some characters at slightly higher levels coming into this boss fight. I don't know that that'll be enough to catch up, but we'll probably have to do a little less grinding.
Yeah, that might help out a lot to catch up again.
Mm-hmm. Dipwood's decided that he's done.
And I wonder how long SVJ is going to grind there until he feels comfortable enough to move on.
Mm-hmm. Falcon hit there.
Dip was going through the elevator, all scripted fights. Falcon hit is all screen instead of a horizontal line.
That makes it a very nice option for the elevator indeed.
And I guess it got a slight improvement in 3.1. And I would have to agree with the results from Dipwood's use of it.
Absolutely.
The Falcon hit was full screen in 3.0, but it didn't quite do enough.
Good scout skips over on Dipwood's side. SVJ is still grinding.
One last chest, and then the twin boss fight.
Indeed.
SVJ setting up Dino Tail strats.
Yep.
And we got Golem Boss. Nice boss of a fight.
Indeed.
Fire Sword 2 hits both of them because it's short AoE.
Yep, they're pretty close together. Yeah, given the XP from the Golem boss, this is never a bad one to have in twin mode. It's another free level, maybe more than one, for Lavos is never a bad thing. Levels make a difference for sure.
And no levels gained, no new text learned.
But that thing is finished, and that's what's important.
Yeah, Dip was at early 30s for levels. He's well within his comfort zone.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Alright, heading into the Hall of the Mammon Machine to fight Lavos.
Oh, that seed that Dipwood had earlier was supposed to have been boss golems like that.
Oh. So clearly this is payback.
Yeah. And looks like Dipwood has all status protection, or nothing hit.
Yeah, either way. That will make short work of outer Lavos.
SVJ gonna try to get this skip and not get it. Yeah, you want to get on the edge of the side and walk straight up.
Mm-hmm. You can start running when you're on the other side of them, but until then, don't.
I run up and I walk out.
Okay. I used to be able to do that one pretty well, and I'm still relearning it. It's kind of a tricky one.
Yeah, it's placement of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we should be seeing simultaneous Lavos fights, just in different phases.
Yeah, that might be likely.
Unless Dipwood takes a wipe to Lavos.
That green dream. Oof. But she got hit again.
Yeah. Some Antipode 3 action against the Golem bosses.
Very nice.
Dealing a couple hundred more than Fire Sword 2.
Arms down on Dipwood's side. And here comes Obstacle.
The Golem bosses are down. Now it's just Lavos on both sides.
Yep.
Yeah, the time hats could be stopping obstacle from happening.
It's true, yeah.
And if you know what obstacle is, you can use whatever helmet to prevent it if you have that helmet.
It's true. Well, I don't think we've seen Obstacle this run. Nobody did the bridge, so we wouldn't have seen it from a mutant or anything.
Yeah, and this route has more single target bosses and dual target bosses. And
Yeah,
SVJ,
Lava Shell did it, sorry. I just meant like we didn't see it, way early on for planning ahead for any form of Lavos.
yeah, and time hats do provide a bit of defense.
Let's see. Okay.
And Lavos Shell, or Lavos 1 and 2, both did do obstacle. Just nothing hit Dipwood. Just like nothing hit SVJ.
Indeed. Oh, well, here's Crying Heavens. Sometimes Crying Heavens means Lavos is gonna get slappy.
Maybe dipwood will hit the left bit instead of right bit a couple of times.
Like, not yet, anyway.
SVJ is going to get into Lavos 2 fight while dipwood is in Lavos 3. The center bit of Lavos 3 is the one that does all of the damaging attacks. Left and right will sometimes come out and whack you quick.
Yeah. I would agree it depends on team composition, whether you want to go for left or center first. You need to take one down so that the right bit will drop its defense. The left will counterattack you with a heavy physical X-strike with the right bit if you hit it with full screen damage, while even if you've just taken out the center bit, it'll still get the counterattack, but while the center bit is gone as well. And sometimes you don't want to be taking those counterattacks and you don't have a nice single target thing like Blaze Kick to go on the right bit, in which case you probably want that left one gone. And GG dipwood. And yeah, looks like Saint got some bad boomerang luck. I was looking over at dipwood's finish.
Yeah, the boomerangs went out and one-shotted 2 of his party members. Which is not hard to do when you have a little bit of health.
Yep. Yeah, I think I personally, in this case, would, with this makeup of party, and with the arms doing those sickle attacks on you, I'd probably hit both of them with an Antipode 3, then follow up with a triple kick, and then probably one of them is dead and you don't get hit by both of the boomerangs at least. But that particular strategy varies on party comp a lot too. I see dipwood has popped into Twitch chat, so GG dipwood, congrats!
I do not blame dipwood at all for finding a different go mode.
Yep, it is true. The gamble paid off, and often that is what Jets of Time comes down to. You know, you can figure out what thing has a better likelihood of happening. You can't always figure out what it's going to be for 100%, but you know, you can be like, well, I've got a 66% chance, let's go for it, and hey. Oof, and SVJ has wiped to Inner Lavos again.
and SVJ forfeited from the race, and it's not a bad thing to forfeit against Trolley Lavos.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Well, GG
And
anyway,
here
and
he
welcome.
is.
Yeah, I knew I had to pull out all the stops. I was a little flustered because I got stalled or blocked in where Ayla was. So I kind of
Protodome, yeah.
there was I couldn't move, so I had to reset. That's why I had to fight Dragon Tank again.
Yeah. Yeah, the Protodome soft lock was rough.
Yeah, but you know, I honestly, you know, I was super uncomfortable going into level at that level, but it was because I just was slow. I was super slow, and I didn't want to grind. So keeping up with Dipwood at that pace and getting to Lavos 2 the same time that he beat it, I'm happy with that.
Sure,
And
understandable. I mean,
yeah.
you were in first place as of your go mode. You had your go mode faster than he did, but then he took a gamble because he didn't want to do Magus's castle again, and of course it freaking worked. So,
Yeah, you were about 6-7 minutes into Magus's castle when he got it.
Yeah. I don't know. Did he get clone? Because I found Chrono Trigger, but
he found the Dream Stone to go through Tyranno Lair. Yeah.
Yep, that's how you do.
So.
Yeah, it's just it's I knew I couldn't grind like I normally do because I don't like going into levels that low because of that trolley kind of thing, and it's what I was like, I have to pull these stops out and I have to do what I can do, and unfortunately I was just too slow. My party was just too slow, and speech halves weren't dropping like candy like they were in the last race. So,
unfortunately.
But no, keeping up with Dipwood at that speed, I'm happy with that time. So I'm happy with my performance. Wish I would have beaten Lavos, but
Sure, definitely not a bad performance at all, and that was a kind of trolley seed in terms of where all the stuff was. So, but yeah, no, I think you beat Dipwood to that first go mode because he didn't finish Cathedral, as he was saying in chat, so he didn't have Marl the whole time.
Yeah.
So it was definitely really interesting in the middle there where we were like, well, we'll see what happens. But
yeah. I mean,
yeah.
he's faster on the draw than I am. That's why he's one of the best. So, but nah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. No, I think it was a good run.
Yeah, I think it was too.
Yeah, Genodome had the clone.
Okay.
Oh, I thought about going to Genodome. I was like, maybe I should go to Genodome. I was like, no, I'm not gonna go to Genodome.
Would have been interesting, but
yeah, having two completely different go modes with final endings.
Well, I would have been a go mode a whole lot faster. Because you could have just taken magic at the factory with Chrono with Luminaire, and you just downed all those little things. So
that is true, yeah. But it was a good run, and so you're gonna go ahead to face. Are you going against Kale? Once again, I didn't look at the stupid bracket.
No. Kale is fighting Mr. Scruffy McTuna.
Right.
And
Fortuna.
And then they the winner of that goes up against the winner of Q and akuheish, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the winner of that goes against me. So
okay.
And Dipwood just gets to sit there and relax.
Yes. No, it's
he
pretty
gets
tight,
to relax
though.
and worry that it might be me again coming up.
I mean, you almost had him.
No, it was fun. It was a fun run, and I enjoyed it.
Yep, indeed. And I hope everyone else watching enjoyed it too. Thank you again for Mian for figuring out the restreaming on relatively short notice. Thanks to Kale for doing tracking and being super on top of that. I am lordbatsy, and akuheish is my co-commentator. Does anyone have any more questions for us or the runners? Anything like that? Mhm.
Why? What, Kiyu?
Mhm. Yes, Aku, why?
Why must I slight you? Because I like looking towards the future. I look at the end game. And right now the end game is dipwood.
Mm. It is looking increasingly like that, but we will see what happens as the tournament continues. I think we're looking at the finals are a week from today. Is that right? I know it's pretty tight. So there should be several matches coming up this coming week. Or not like the weekend as tomorrow, but like the one after that. I should probably, eat something.
Yeah, my match against Kiyu is tomorrow at 6 Eastern. Or, yeah, 6 Eastern tomorrow.
All right. So yeah, the next match will be at 6 Eastern, and that's gonna be on one of the speed gaming channels. So,
Maybe. It
or
hasn't been locked in yet.
okay. So it might be on one of the speed gaming channels. I know we have people signing up to do it there. An empty stomach makes me talk worse. Replying to chat. But yes, I think we can wrap it up. Yeah, anyone who enjoyed watching this wants to learn more, please join the Discord. Everyone is very nice.